fine now. Wouldn't be a good show without a little sweat, right? Things went a little too smoothly. Check, check, check. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Ooh, that even sounds better than. That's a better channel than I was on earlier. Choice. Perfect. Perfection. Good call on doing the Zappa.
All right. I am good. You too? Good. All righty.
And we have started recording, am I correct?
Yes, we are recording.
There we go.
Okay.
Why would the audio be off on capture device? Do we know?
Audio off on the capture device, you said?
We haven't started recording yet. That still says start. And why would this audio be off? Theoretically, we're seeing the room there, so we're live. That's good. Go ahead, John, whenever you're ready.
All righty, perfect. Get this one on me. Yep. Okay. Yeehaw. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, camera 1, marker. Camera 2, marker. Camera 3, marker.
Hey.
Camera 4, marker. GoPro. And other GoPro. Yeehaw. Have a great show, y'all.
Have a good show, everybody.
Thank you.
Go anytime.
We'll introduce.
This is the Red Barn.
Hello, Barn Buddies. Good to have you with us on Red Barn Radio. I'm Brad Becker. We are celebrating the 20th season of Red Barn Radio, as many of you know, and tonight we welcome you to show number 758. John, that's almost 760. Tonight on Red Barn Radio, for show number 758, we have Three's Company Blues. Ryan White, Katie Barker, and Shane Diesel grew up listening to music, and early on, each developed a deep connection and love for the music of their parents' generation. All three players have enjoyed a very busy and gratifying musical life as members of other bands in the Charleston, West Virginia area. And then came Three's Company, something that began as a fun side project among friends, quickly turned into a serious, focused celebration of the group's passion for the blues and rock and roll. Welcome, Three's Company Blues, to the Red Barn stage.
I got a woman. She's so mean. like to play a game with me. Tell you, woman, she feels free. Not much longer now, this pain won't set me free. Let's go. Your little woman, oh, she's so petite. All you want from her, my friend, is to kiss your feet. You little woman, no, she's so kind. And when you're not there, my friend, oh, she blows my mind. Let's go. Listen, children, what your daddy say. Don't let those foul-mouthed women know get in your way. Listen, children, what your daddy say. Don't let those foul-mouthed women know get in your way. Don't you get in my way. Don't get in my way, honey. Don't get in my. Don't you get in my, don't you get in my little way. Don't you know, no, no, you don't know, no, you don't know yourself. You got yourself down in your way. Don't you get in my way. Don't you get in my way. Oh, darling, now, won't you don't let yourself get in your way. Thank y'all so much. That song was called Foul Mouth Woman.
Good evening and welcome to Red Barn Radio. Wherever in the world you're listening, welcome to Roots Music Southern Style. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. Red Barn Radio is supported by Visit Lex, Lexington, Kentucky's Convention and Visitors Bureau. More information on what Lexington has to offer is at visitlex.com. LexArts, Lexington, Kentucky's premier cultural development, advocacy, and fundraising organization, working for the development of a strong and vibrant arts community as a means of enhancing the quality of life in Central Kentucky. Follow Red Barn Radio on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Here's the host of Red Barn Radio to tell us more about tonight's performers.
Fans of Three Companies Blues will tell you that This band can rock just about any house with not only their own catalog of great tunes, but also with some fine covers not just any band would dare to undertake. This trio won the 2020 Huntington Blues Society's 6th Annual Blues Challenge and later traveled to Memphis, where they represented West Virginia in the 2021 International Blues Challenge, competing with artists from all over the world. Three's Company plays a brand of blues that nods to their faves, from Jimi Hendrix and Pink Floyd to Government Mule and even Wolfpack. Welcome back, Three's Company, to the Red Barn stage.
Well, B.B. King said that the thrill is gone, but we think that we will bring it back. So this song is called Bringing Back the Thrill.
Y'all so much. Like Katie said earlier, that song was called Bringing Back the Thrill, and we're going to take that down to Memphis and show them what the Appalachian Blues is all about, guys. Oh, this next one we're also Memphis bound with, and it's a little duet between Katie and I, and what it is goes a little something like this. It's called Nobody But You, and well, it's just your run-of-the-mill, really awesome, really well-written, amazing blues song. Isn't that what you're supposed to say, ladies and gentlemen? Exactly. We love you guys so very much. We are Three's Company Blues, and this song, like I said, is called Nobody But You. You've been telling everyone how much you love me, everybody but me.
Speaking of me to everybody but me.
sweet thing about how much you want me from everybody but you. Oh, why don't you tell me, baby?
I've been hearing whispers. Oh, how you love to flaunt me from everybody but you.
Well, no way of cell phones. We don't like the file like we used to do. I'm gonna push all your buttons, yeah. I'm gonna kindle your flame, even if it's out of anger. All I want is you screaming my name. Oh, baby. Who makes me crazy? Nobody but you.
Oh, but no one makes me shiver. Oh, when they call me baby. Oh, the way that you do.
Come on, be my little baby.
Oh, I make you crazy.
'Cause I couldn't want anybody but you. No. Yo, so much. Man, we love it. We love it. We love it. We've been watching some Red Barn Radio, and we've seen some legends come through. We've seen some people we've never heard of come through that I've just been blown away by. So, big thank you to the crew here at Red Barn Radio. We can't thank you guys enough for such a professional job. I mean, what you guys at home are watching, and it's like we're at home. Like we're right there. So thank you so much, everyone here, really working their tail off to make sure it is a 100% just grade A show.
And there was some mention of maybe out of the box or interesting covers. And here comes one of them.
Maybe. There we go. All right. Get sick from watching my TV, checking out the news till my eyeballs fail to see. I mean to say that every day is just a rotten mess, and it's gonna change, my friend. It's anybody's guess. Well, I'm watching and I'm waiting. Well, I'm hoping for the best. Well, I think I'll go to pray every time I hear them say, there's no way to delay that trouble coming every day. No way to delay that trouble coming every day. Well, Wednesday I watched the Red Barn Radio. I see the cops out on the street. I watch them throwing rocks and stuff. Woo. Choking in the heat. And every blue reports about the whiskey pass around. See the smoke and fire and the market burning down. Everybody on the street would take a turn to storm, smash, crash, Little Frank Zappa for you guys. More Trouble Every Day. That song doesn't hit now. Hell, if a lot of Frank's music doesn't hit now, I don't know what does. So check him out if you haven't. I'd like to introduce, people to that. Just like everyone feels like the legacy that these musicians need to keep on and all these cover musicians need to keep on. It's always a beautiful thing. Hopefully one day, we're all in the presence of that legacy. What do we got next for him, Miss Katie? This is Katie Ann, everybody. This is Shane Diesel, and I'm Ron, and we're Three's Company Blues. Tell them what we got coming up.
This is an original song called Uncover Me. 'cause my history knows in my heels. As my shadows go black, I feel breath in my back, and these memories keep giving me chills. Though I'm breathing, my body grows colder as I shake beneath this blanket of ghosts. And I cry and I shout, trying to cast them all out. My own soul is what haunts me the most. Oh, just try to stay calm as I'm screaming. 'Cause I'm falling so deep I can't see. Mama, oh mama, uncover me.
All right. Hey, this evening we are here on Red Barn Radio with Three's Company Blues. It's a trio from Charleston, West Virginia. They are Katie Barker, who is playing the bass here. Ryan White is playing lead guitar, and Shane Diesel is back there on the drums. These guys play in lots of bands, and this is a project that they clearly love. And they have one album out together and another one on the way. So it's great to have you guys on Red Barn Radio.
Thank you so much.
And thanks for the nice comments you made about the guys and the staff and what they do, because they take it very seriously and really want you to have a great experience, and
it
also
shows-
for listeners
It
too
shows all
as well.
around. I guarantee you, everybody at home right now will say that it is an awesome thing to have, and it looks amazing. And yes, the work that all of you guys have done today has been just amazing. Thank you guys so
Well,
much.
yeah. Well, thank you, man. Well, listen. Before we pick your brains about the blues and your recordings and all that kind of thing, I wonder if we might first harvest some memories going back to the days before you started playing. Maybe even what we might call your formative years, where you grew up, and when, as you look back in your lives, when was that time when you heard music and you said, I want to be part of this? Can you remember that, Katie?
Yes.
Yeah, where were you?
I don't know that there was any one particular moment, because there's just kind of always been music in my life. I grew up in Seth, which is a small little town in Boone County, West Virginia, and music was part of my life every single day. We had a record player, and there was always music playing. If we weren't playing records, we were singing. Like, Daddy would be singing and figuring out stuff on guitar. My mom would sing. They sang to me. We sang together.
Were you a country kid?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so
Yes.
Seth is a rural community?
Yeah, it's very rural, and also growing up going to church, that was also a big part of my, I guess, whole musical influence. Like, I thank the church and the Temptations for teaching me what harmony was, and it was my favorite thing. I've always just been singing. Like, we had a Temptations album when I was 5 years old. I knew every word to every song. I mean, like, I didn't know what any of it was about, but I knew the words and I knew the melodies, And one day I sang something different than I normally sang, and it still sounded good. And it even sounded better. And I would learn much later in life that that was called harmony, but that's kind of when I fell in love with singing and that big, exciting, thrilling feeling that it gives you. And I don't know, I just kind of always knew that I wanted that.
I love hearing that you lived in a rural setting and you were listening to music on records. And was it your mom and dad who were also listening to black music?
Yes.
Oh, nice. And
Yes.
and so where do you think they developed an interest and sort of an affinity for that kind of music? Was it from television? I mean, like Soul Train had a huge impact on a lot of families who watched old TV.
Yes, I know my mom definitely watched Soul Train. I don't know about Daddy. They didn't talk too much about how they got into listening to music, but they also have just always gravitated toward music and listening to it and making it and being around it.
Nice. So singing, you discovered singing first.
Yes.
Yeah, and what's really interesting to me, I hope you don't mind me mentioning this, but you know, your voice is so contained. When your speaking voice is so contained and your singing voice the opposite, it's just like, you know, way out there. And I was thinking while you were singing, you know, if you talked the way you sang, you wouldn't have a voice to sing with, probably. So
Or friends. Animals would be scared of me.
yeah, no, you have a beautiful singing voice. It's just
Thank
like
you.
effortless. Did you get some training ever with your voice, or have you always taken good care of your singing voice?
I guess I've always taken good care of it. I never had like vocal lessons. I mean, I was in church choir, and then in school I did all county chorus and show choir and everything you could do where you could sing about. I was in it.
Smoke, kids.
Yeah, don't smoke, children. I don't smoke. And so
I will call that
I
significant.
can, I can breathe and get through things. But and school plays, just anything I could get into that was singing, I was in there.
Wow, I love that, Katie. Thanks. Yeah, I'll come back to you. Hey, Ryan, and then what about you? So go back to your. Were you also a country kid, rural kid?
Yeah, I was. However, it was the polar opposite of what she grew up with.
Oh yeah. So
Nobody in
explain.
my family is a musician. Nobody in my family can sing. Nobody in my family could probably play a drum. And
But did they appreciate music and
yes,
listen to
all
it
my
in the
all my
house?
dad appreciates all the classics well, I grew up on a lot of Pink Floyd, a lot of Southern rock, a lot of Leonard Skinner, a lot of Jimi Hendrix,
Yeah.
Pink Floyd, a lot of Pink Floyd.
And these because you all reference your parents' music. You said you all grew up listening to your parents' music and developed a appreciation for that. That's what you're talking
Well,
about
I mean,
now.
the way I see it is basically that generation of musicians was pulling from some of the original, blues artists, rock and roll artists, and so that's like the first generation. And so, I mean, I would consider us at this age being pulling from that, and I would hope I've got a friend who's got a 20-year-old son who has taken a likeness for guitar and wants to learn, and I hope he pulls from our generation of music, and so it's fun to see that there's still a want to play real music.
Yeah.
Around. And I remember the first time I wanted to play music was I was watching Sesame Street as a child, and they had Cab Calloway on there.
Oh,
and
wow.
he had his big band on there. And he was that band was so tight and so good, and his dancing and his showmanship and everything, I just was like, this looks fun. This looks really fun.
You were a teeny little kid then?
I was like 3 or 4. And I remember it to this day. I remember the bandstands and the shiny suit and everything. Like, it was pretty intimidating, pretty cool, And Q, and this Sesame Street again, there was a guy on there playing a tuba. And this is just a real oddball, weird story. There's a guy playing a tuba. And as a 5-6-year-old kid seeing a tuba and hearing it, it's like when you hear a low bass note, you're like, ooh. That's pretty nice, And so I told my mom, I looked at her after that episode, and I said, Mom, I want to play the tuba. I'm going to play the tuba. And she just kind of chuckled and was like, it's like, okay, kiddo, all right. I ended up playing tuba all throughout high school. I went to WVU and was in the tuba section up there, and like that was right there watching Sesame Street, Cab Calloway, and that guy playing tuba. I have no idea who it was. But that moment, I just was like, I want to play music. And I knew nothing of it, didn't know how to read music, didn't know how to do anything. I told my parents I wanted to play bass, of course, because it was the lowest thing. And for some reason where they didn't understand, they were like, we're not buying you an upright bass. Good God, that's expensive. Look at the price of an upright bass. No, and they didn't think, this. So they got me an acoustic guitar. I didn't want that. If I wanted a guitar, I wanted a cheap Strat-looking guitar like Jimmy. You know what I mean? I wanted that. I didn't want to play that, Mom and Dad. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. It's sort of like
Thanks,
being,
but it
being
hurts
a
my
drummer,
hands.
right?
Yeah, and I can't do the cool bends. And so I took a couple lessons, learned a couple things, learned a couple of the basics that I needed to know, honestly, and it's still stuck in my head. Put it under the table for a few years. 90s comes around, and acoustic rock's getting big again. I got an acoustic guitar. I could do this. And so I started playing in the bedroom, had no want to do any of this. And then all of a sudden, a couple people heard me play, and they were like, go do an open mic. Long story short, open mics, friends were made, and now we're here.
Huh.
So it's kind of been like so far, I've achieved every single goal I've wanted to do musically. And in nothing else in my life, I've been able to do that. So it feels really good.
Yeah.
And I've set the bar pretty high for myself, but also in achievable ways. So that way, you're not letting yourself down. I think a lot of people will set the bar really high, and sometimes it's achievable, but my God, the work, everyone knows how hard it is. So like, you got to set goals that you achieve so you feel good about yourself. I could go on about this.
What'd you learn about music playing at West Virginia in the marching band, playing tuba in the marching band? What did you learn about music that you feel transfers to what you do now?
Don't fall asleep in the bus.
What happens?
No, I learned about, working together as a unit. Mainly, and honest to God, high school band. High school band was what taught me more than anything. We were in a very tight, almost military style group, but still had fun. And I don't normally do this very often, but I was there for 3 years and we never lost a competition. Like we were on point, and I learned right there what it takes to get people to work for you. And
This is high school?
High school.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, this was in 2000.
Some marching band competitions.
Yeah, and that's kind of like that. I was in that before I did any stringed instruments before. I mean, like I said, I meddled around home with guitar, but mainly my love during junior high, high school, college was wind instruments. That's all I played. Jazz band, I was in jazz band and all that stuff.
That seems like a great foundation for a life in music.
It helped.
To do that. Yeah, that locked it down for you.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Hey, thanks. Hey, Shane Diesel. Is Diesel actually your last name?
No, it's not. My last name's actually Durham, as in Durham, North Carolina. But for some reason in high school, people started calling me just Diesel.
Any idea why that happened?
No, I actually don't know. Just as a group of friends started, but then if I did something good, or once I started playing music after songs, you Diesel, and it just stuck. And then I changed my name to it on Facebook, and I just never looked back.
The official way.
Now I'm getting checks written to me sometimes, Shane Diesel. I'm like, the bank will cash this. We'll see, and they actually do. They will cash it.
I wish I had a nickname. I mean, maybe I do. Maybe people call me stuff behind my back, but I wish I had one like Diesel.
Well, we get nicknames that aren't like nicknames. Like Shane's gets a cool one like Diesel. I get one like Ron. And if you've heard me say, I'm sure that you guys, he said Ryan and I've said Ron, but honestly, Ron comes from the West Virginia dialect of her and other people saying my name, because in West Virginia, Ryan goes from 2 syllables to 1 syllable.
Ron.
It's Ron. And that's perfectly fine. But people like me can't hear properly, and all of a sudden, it turns into, oh, his name's Ron. What is his name? Ryan. Oh, Ron. And so my friends started calling me that, so Ron has been stuck. And funny, how many times have you been confused from Katie to Peggy?
So many times. Peggy or Heidi, I've even gotten.
Yeah, and what's funny is it happened tonight. Ed said, oh, Peggy, and he was like, no, Katie. But honestly, he's like the 100th person to say that. Like, we've had food. We've ordered food before, and what's the name on the food? She'll say, Katie, they will write Peggy on our food.
Peggy.
And I've got a really quick good one. As one time I ordered food, and I always just use my real name. It just kind of is a thing. I don't say Ron. It's just I always say it, and we're here, we're family. I don't say it on the phone because it's like you don't know me. Call me by my name. so I at this one I was feeling froggy, and I said, he said, what's your name on the order? I said, Ron. Swear to God, strike me dead. He said, Ryan. Got it. And I just went, yeah. And my buddy was sitting next to me, and he was like, you look like you saw a ghost. I said, you're not going to believe what happened.
Joke's on you.
The exact opposite of what has always happened in my life just happened. Like, what?
Hey, Shane, talk about home, church, and school and their impact on you musically.
Well, as I grew up as a young kid, from about 5 to 12, I was into sports a lot, and mainly an athlete, and really liked baseball, stuff like that. And then at 12 or 13, I got sick. I ended up with actually took forever to diagnose, but I got a autoimmune disorder, prevented me from playing sports because my physical health declined so much. But luckily, I had good friends in middle school and high school that were into music, and they showed me some stuff on a drum set, and I started playing it. And I learned pretty quickly on it, so I just started jamming with friends and stuff, and then it just blossomed and blossomed. But I think at the point that I knew I wanted to actually start playing live to an audience was my dad and me were at a regatta, the Charleston Sternwheel Regatta they used to have, and they're bringing them back next year. It's a huge event. They have huge headliners and stuff, and a friend of my dad's came and said, hey, man, we're playing down at this bar down the street after regatta. You got to come here. His dad's like, well, yeah, I got the boy with me. And he's like, I can get him in.
The boy. The boy.
So we go to the bar, and when we walk in, and they've made it known, and the door guy's like, okay, he can come in, but he can't go to the bar. He can come in and stand here. The place was packed. I mean, just wall-to-wall packed. And they were playing Round and Round by Rat, and the place was going nuts, and it was loud, and people were just headbanging and saying choice words and just having a great time.
And was there an element of that was really scary to you as a young person?
It was not scary at all. And there was 2 floors. Both floors were just completely packed, and I knew right there, it's like, I want to play. I want to do stuff like this. Being on the stage at that point, I can only imagine the energy from the musicians. And it just got more and more serious as I started playing and getting in bands and recording. And, Threes is going on their second album. And then, and when I grew up, I was listening to classic stuff mainly. Sometimes I think my mom might have went through I call it steakhouse country phase, which is kind of 90s country. I just call it that because if you're at the Roadhouse, you're going to hear these songs. And
I love that. I don't know if I've ever heard that term, steakhouse country. I'm going to use that again
it's
sometime.
Great. And then Dad, he's a classic rock guy mainly, and the first album I really fell in love with was a Foreigner Greatest Hits album. The first song on it was Tooth and Nail, which is not even really one of their more popular ones, and then all through the Foreigner hits. But I was into all the classics. Then I got into jam bands. Started going out to shows, music festivals, and just really fell in love with the entire scene. Mountain Stage, and then now you got Red Barn here. I'm falling in love all over again with the new scene because it's just super cool that, I don't think some people understand how much work it takes to put on anything music show-wise and make it run smooth. If we ever throw an event, I'm always like, we're on time. 5 minutes behind, we can't get slouching here. And then, and we're trying to keep it perfect, and it's very hard to do. And I think some people just don't know that behind the scenes work, how much goes into it. And there's a lot. And then for us, even behind the scenes, we're rehearsing, practicing, writing,
How often do you guys rehearse?
At least once a week.
Yep.
Once a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Same night every week?
Yeah, usually on Thursdays. Yep.
Thursday nights. And is it long time? Do you go 3 or 4 hours?
It's Leonard Skinner, Frank Zappa, just all the way, no heat, no air conditioner. I drive these people to the wall.
Absolutely, you have to.
I mean, if they don't work for you, if you don't.
Usually we'll be known to just go get some dinner and eat as a band, and then we'll go have practice, and it's leisure. I mean,
There's a lot of
but we're
fellowship.
always we're
Yeah.
usually together for at least 3 to 4 hours, if not more.
It sounds really nice.
A lot of times in the summertime,
Yeah.
sometimes we'll just have practice in my house. We'll cook out, have a steak, have some beer, just good night, Feels good.
Wow, that sounds really nice. Folks, we are with Three's Company Blues from Charleston, West Virginia on Red Barn Radio tonight. Great to have you guys with us. And that's not only you all, the players, but also you all, the listeners. We're going to get back to some more music now with Three's Company Blues on Red Barn Radio.
This song here is called Got to Move. And we'll let you figure out what you want to talk about it. Maybe we'll say something after we're done. But let's hit him with it. I've been stocking up on matches to burn my bridges down. I keep dancing through the ashes till my salvation's found. I'm asking for forgiveness, 'cause my sorries have been said. I'm just up to my own business. I've got miles and miles to tread. I've gotta move, ramble on down my line. I'm gonna move, ramble on in my time. And my roads keep getting longer with my trials in my way. My conviction's growing stronger with every step I take. Tell me not to play with fire, so I won't be led astray. But you're preaching to the choir, 'cause the flames light my way. I've gotta move, ramble on down my line. I'm gonna move, ramble in my time. I can topple the mountain, I can pour the sea. There's no force in existence that will bring me to my knees. Hope y'all are feeling good out there. Hope y'all are feeling real good, you know. Now I'm writing my own story. No one else choice to make. And my eyes have seen the glory of the path I chose to take. Not ever come and try it if he thinks he can break my stride. I'm determined. Sometimes you just got to move, y'all. You can't stay sedentary. You can't get complacent, because first time that complacency train pulls out, well, that's the last time it'll be stopping anywhere.
This next one is one of our favorite covers to play by one of our favorite bands, Tedeschi Trucks Band. Well, I came to the city. I was running from my past. My heart was bleeding, and it hurt my bones to live. Stayed in the city, no exception to the rule. He was born to love me. I was raised to be as full of his fool. Walk that line, torn apart, spend your whole life trying.
Ride that train.
Ride that train,
Your heart.
your heart,
Midnight
up in harder. I went down to the river, and I took a look around. There were old men's shoes. There were needles on the ground.
What a shame, baby.
No more mysteries, baby. No more secrets, no more clues. Harlem.
Oh, it's a beautiful time. Man, when I first saw Derek Trucks play some guitar, I thought, well, I guess I got a piece of firewood now. But then I thought, well, I could do something like that because, man, Katie's voice is so beautiful. So we tried a couple of these songs. We've got a couple Tedeschi Trucks covers. We got a few Allman Brothers Band covers. It's kind of, isn't that how Government Mule started? Was a couple of guys from Allman Brothers said, let's make a band. It's kind of how we started. A couple friends from other bands said, let's have fun and make a band. So we are Three's Company Blues. Thank you so much to Red Barn Radio here in Lexington, Kentucky for having us. This is just so beautiful. And I can't wait to try some bourbon, as if I've never had any.
This song is one of ours. One of our favorite things to do together in the summertime is take some beers and some snacks and our friends and go to the river and forget about anything that bothers us. And the song is called River Song. Seeds in the ground. Here comes the sunshine now. Drinks in the cooler, gas in the tank. Take me to the river bank. Do you feel what I'm feeling? I can feel it. Do you feel what I'm feeling now? Do you see what I'm seeing? I can see it. Do you see what I'm seeing now? Take your troubles to the river, leave them in the sun. Keep us warm in the days to come. And when the warmth starts to waver, hope will always be near, 'cause we know where the light comes from. Do you feel what I'm feeling? I can feel it. Do you feel what I'm feeling now? Do you see what I'm seeing? I can see it. Do you see what I'm seeing now?
can see it.
Do you see what I'm seeing now?
That's the way we did it in 2020.
All right. This is like Wild Water. Hey, before I tell you about what we have coming up next on Red Barn Radio, you should remember that you can watch tonight's live stream at your convenience. Just visit the Red Barn Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to tell your friends. And also, our live video stream is available on the weku.org website. You just click the link on the right side of their main page, and our live audio stream can be heard on wgad.net. Don't miss a single episode. Red Barn Radio. Listen to the live. Red Barn Radio is dark for the next few weeks as we enter the holiday season, but don't fret. We're going to kick off 2022 on January 5 with some of our favorite players who've come together as the Marble Creek Rangers. The Rangers are fronted by Eric Cummins, who has played in this region for more than 30 years and who also plays and sings with the Allman Brothers tribute band, the Almond Butter Band, which you all know about. Eric is joined by a host of the area's finest players, Brandon Bowles, Don Rogers, Mike DeLong, and Brandon May. Get ready for a good time with the Marble Creek Rangers. Whether you're from here or elsewhere, you are going to love these guys. January 5 on Red Barn Radio. In the meantime, don't forget to check out our social media and our radio and television outlets as we release an Appalachian Christmas 2021. The program features Nero's Fiddle and the Ted Yoder Band. It's the festive sound of dulcimers, both mountain and hammered. A wonderful holiday program for you and the family. Check it out. Red Barn Radio, Appalachian Holiday. Let's get back to tonight's Red Barn Radio program. We come to you live on our social media platforms, broadcasting from the Arts Place Performance Hall here in the city of Lexington, Kentucky. And now please welcome back Three's Company Blues to the Red Barn stage.
So, this next song, I had a fellow who taught me how to play. We talked earlier about how I learned to play acoustic, and then we never really divulged in how I got down to one of these. And I used to cut grass for a living, and I was cutting grass for a guy who was a caretaker for someone, and he had this giant station wagon. And in the back of this giant station wagon was a couple guitar cases. So, of course, as a fellow musician, I'm like, I want to talk to you, man. So, long story short, push comes to shove. I ended up going over to his house and hanging out and starting to play music and getting to know the guy. And it was from 2009 to 2008 to 2011. He and I, every other day, I'd go over to his place. He would put on all kinds of records, King Crimson records, Beatles records, Frank Zappa records, just stuff that was not in my mainstream at the time, and I'm like, whoa, this stuff's good. This stuff's very, very good. And he had a 1961 Les Paul, which was basically that, an SG, and it, I didn't know, and I played it, and I was like, this is really cool. But I don't really. It's kind of weird. And I don't really like. He's like, well, let me see if you like this one better. And he pulls out a 1961 Gibson Custom, and I don't mean reissue. I mean from under the bed, like, whoo. And I didn't know. I'm just like, oh, Gibson, neat. These are cool. I really like Gibson. I really like Les Pauls, man. That's like what my idols have played. So I played it. I really, really liked it, not knowing what it was, Couple years down the road, his grandson picks up his grandson. He hurts his neck. Finds out he has cancer, and because his neck didn't heal, it just would not heal. He had pancreatic cancer, stage 4, like weeks to live. So from when he found out that to the time, and I think your brain is very powerful. I think once he realized it wasn't long, it was 2 weeks to the day that he passed away. After that, and I vowed, that I was going to play music. For him. He left me tapes of his old music from the 80s, songs, lyrics from the 80s, 70s. And we were working on putting them together, and we didn't really get very far. This song is the last thing I was working on with him. There was something I was writing, And we call it Roadmaster because, well, that big vehicle that was sitting out in front was a Buick Roadmaster. And if you don't know what a Buick Roadmaster is, get on Google and look it up. It's the biggest damn thing you've ever seen. It is a land yacht, ladies and gentlemen. It is not something you would find on the road today. Wood panel, big boy. And so this song is affectionately called Roadmaster, and it goes out to my friend Mike Lesor. My friend, there's been a while since I've been in your presence, but I feel your essence, and it's been so pleasant to be in your residence. Time with you is gold. Yeah. Gold will last forever. Gold will last forever. With me, spread your wings and go. Fly away with me. And my friend, I'm taking my time to remember every line, yeah. But it's been so alright, 'cause your rhythm's so tight, and your music sets me right. Time with you is gold. Gold will last forever. Gold will last forever. With me, spread your wings and go. Fly away with me. Your memories, they stay with me. Your melody, your memories, they stay with me. Your melody, your memories, they stay with me. song's called Roadmaster. It gets a little funky. It's an ode to one of my best friends, Mike. And, well, let's just keep with the ode to my friend. This next song is lyrics that he gave me from 1981. The song he had wrote was called Island of Despair. And, well, I took the lyrics and I put some music to it. And I would only hope that if he were here today, he would appreciate this tune. Like I said, it's called Island of Despair, and it was written in 1981 by a man named Michael Lasure. Set my ship to sea, just started to sail. The tides they roll, the wind began to wail. Storm was, days had passed, stood not a chance. It broke the ship and land. This was a circumstance to be so alone. Why must I be forsaken on this island of despair? Cast up on the shore, why did I survive? Goddamn my ways. Why am I alive? Thought I was lost, left here to die. Held my hands up to the sea. I made this ride. This was the circumstance to be so alone. Why must I be forsaken on this island of despair? Ah! Thought I was lost, left here to die. I held my hands up to the sea. I made this cry. This was the circumstance to be so alone. Why must I be forsaken on this island of despair? guys so much. That was the sappy section of the program where I spilled my heart from somebody that I love. I've not get to give him a good tribute and got to tell the people, this was his music, this is something. So it's just, like we talked earlier about the legacies that need to live on. This man was very important to me, and I just feel like his legacy needs to live on. So love you, Mike. Thank you. Tell them about this next one, Katie.
All right, this next one, Katie. This one, when I was little, we had some financial hardship times. It wasn't like we were just like steadily dirt poor, but my dad was a coal miner, so there were layoffs and strikes and stuff. And I didn't have like a real concept of, we're struggling financially, but I could tell. And the most my parents would ever say was, "Oh boy, we're having some lean times." And that's how they always referred to it. And I kind of it just stuck with me. So that's what I call it when you got some lean times. So, help each other out. And this song is called The Lean Times. We got the power in our love, but the Appalachian power is too much. And we got passion running through our veins, just like that West Virginia water down the drain. Oh, when what's going out is more than what comes in, makes you wonder if it's possible to win. Oh, one day we'll be alright, but in the meantime, we can lean on each other in the lean times, baby. Baby, with the winter coming fast, let's make some body heat to save a little gas. And maybe then we'll take a little rest, so we can work some overtime to make the rent. Oh, when what's going out eclipses what comes in, seems like miles and miles of space between the ends. Oh, one day we'll be alright, but in the meantime, we can lean on each other in the lean times, baby. Back up on our feet. And when we're falling, I'll lean over on you, and you just lean right back on me. Yeah. Just lean on me in the lean times. Just lean on me in the lean
times. Just lean on me in the lean times.
Thank you.
All right. I have so enjoyed listening to your stories and kind of putting together my own sort of images of where you live and what that means to you. I think about the river song you sang earlier. You know, I think about Ryan's story of your friend and you know, doing grass cutting and spotting these guitars, and all of a sudden you sort of, it sparks a relationship that becomes really important to you and, you know, as an adult. And then this song was great, Lean Times. I'd love to hear each of you talk a little bit more about the importance of West Virginia as a shaper of your identity. Do you think you could talk a little bit more about that, or do you feel like the songs have said all you want to say about that? I'm kind of curious.
I mean, I feel like I think I express myself best through music. My words often fail me when I'm trying to explain something, but it's like I can write a song about it and go, this is what I meant before. Remember when I was stuttering around and couldn't find my words? This is what I meant. Let's just listen to that. But, I mean, I love being from West Virginia. I love that I grew up in a rural area and saw the hard times that a typical rural West Virginia family sees because, I don't know, I think it was good to experience some lean times as a child and learn to appreciate everything I have and watching my parents do everything they had to do to make sure we got by. I think it instilled some good hard work and ethic in me. And
Do you think that these days kids growing up in rural settings sometimes don't have that opportunity to see those lean times because it's so easy to purchase things now?
maybe so.
Not necessarily to pay for them, but to purchase them, right? There's always 0% interest on anything. You get anything you want when you want it.
Everything's very accessible.
Right. But that was a valuable experience for you growing up to sort of see that.
Yeah.
To see that there was sacrifice involved in being part of a family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty neat. Yeah. What about you, Ryan? Anything you have to say about your sort of identity as it has been shaped by the state you come from?
Oh, yes. And like she said, lean times has definitely been a part of. I'll step into the mic. Lean times has definitely been a part of most West Virginia, and I have seen it from all facets. I've seen people embrace the lean times and come together hard as a family. I've seen it tear families apart. It just depends on your mindset and where you come from. And I think a lot of our music comes from whichever mindset from West Virginia you are, whether or not, you are fortunate enough to have what you want and appreciate it, or maybe if you never had it, how could you not know? You know what I mean? Like sometimes ignorance really is bliss. How could you not know you're having lean times if you never thought, if everyone else around you is? So I mean, that's kind of like where we come from is different sides of it. I was blessed as a young man to not have as many lean times as a lot of West Virginians. My dad had a pretty decent job, and so I got to see that, in my friends and the people, my peers around me. And it goes both ways. Like I never in my life ever thought a difference of like anyone who was less fortunate than me or anyone who had more than me. Like we were just friends. No one was that. And then, certain parts of the state I've lived in, they don't want you around if you're, you got too much or you got too little. It's just it's just weird. And I'd like to see that divide gone.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason. That's why I love music so much, because you can have competitions in music, but we as musicians know there's no competition. It's love.
Well, I love hearing you all talk about some of the values you bring into your experience as a trio and the importance, for instance, that you put to vocal harmony, something that we all know you have to work at, and you have to care for each other and listen to each other well to make that work. And I think that's great. And then your emphasis upon collaboration in this band. Care to talk about that a little bit, about the importance of collaboration? You were left out of the last thread of conversation. Did you want to say anything, Shane, about the...
Just short about it. If you put every state in a race, and from start to finish, West Virginia is always behind, trying their very hardest to get to the first, And it's kind of like they call the Mountaineer Marching Band the pride of West Virginia, and you have to have that pride to be from West Virginia. And West Virginians do work hard, and it doesn't always show in maybe a paycheck or something, but the gratitude of just being able to say, you provided, and my family, we've always grown up and been able to get what we need, and we've never, been in jeopardy of being out on our own or anything like that. But, back in the day, my dad could tell you stories about, how he, maybe it was just cornbread for dinner one night. And then that if you keep going down that line of family lineage, it's been like that. So everybody in the family had to work super hard to get to where they are, and in a way you have to be thankful for your ancestors to work that hard back in the time, because now, like you said, we can just buy anything at any time. Well, that just didn't happen overnight, and people worked really hard to get to that point. If everybody just kind of was like, it's too hard, I'm giving up, I don't know if we'd still be on this planet. I mean, it's one of those things where hard work does pay off, and it's one of those things. If you're from West Virginia, you know that you've always got to be trying to catch up with the rest of the world sometimes, just because I don't know what it is, but it's like we're always just a little behind in everything. They get introduced something, you're like telling your friend online about it, and he's like, man, we've had that since like 99.
Especially music. Like there was a lot of music you hear, like, we've been listening to that. I remember going to Los Angeles just in 2014, and I heard music that I didn't hear here for 2 months, and it was all over the radio in LA. And I was like, that's crazy, just how long it takes. I mean, we got internet. We don't have Pony Express bringing music over, so let's bring it.
Well, Well, talk about though your band and the way you guys work as a trio. Do you all have some hand in the arrangement of each tune that you do?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
The writing process is really everybody combined. Like certain songs, maybe one of us each wrote a verse, and arrangements of how songs go, and then trying to get them tight as we can, but everybody puts their ideas in. It might start with just a bass line or a guitar riff, or I think there's a newer one that we're working on that started with a drum beat I did, and we just build on it. Sometimes they come like that, and sometimes they're sitting in the bank for a while.
Sometimes you gotta let them simmer. It's like chili, It's always better the next day and the day after.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, it's been so much fun having you here. Three's Company Blues is our guest this evening on Red Barn Radio. They're a trio from Charleston, West Virginia. Ryan White, Katie Barker, and Shane Diesel. Welcome back. Play some more music for us.
Okay.
All right. Three's Company Blues.
Speaking of mics, this next one goes out to another mic that we lost this year. Mr. Mike Lazinga from the Huntington Blues Society passed away a couple weeks ago, and he was a huge supporter of Three's Company Blues. And when we went to Memphis a couple years back to represent our state, he kind of go ahead, take over this story. He kind of was telling us about Memphis, and it had
he has a real deep voice,
Yeah,
he's real fired up. He said,
Always.
you get down there and you gotta just enjoy the grit and the grime, man. And that just stuck with us like right away. And we immediately started calling him Pawpaw. Like he was like a dad to us
like a
all
band
as a
dad.
band dad. It really like struck a nerve, and then we went down there, and he was right. And And,
It's gritty, it's grimy, and it's delicious. There's so much good food.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And we're going back again this coming January. And he, I know when we did the competition, I remember him saying, "I hope you guys win this." You know, he's always a big fan.
He's
of
coming
us.
down to see us.
Yeah,
He was
gonna come
coming
to
down.
Memphis
He's going
to
to come to
support us,
Memphis.
yep.
He's coming
So
down.
how many times have you been to this?
This will be the second time in January.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah, COVID messed things up because it was a 2019 we won, and 2018 we won to play in 2019,
Yeah.
and then in 2020 we won to play in 2021 January, but COVID was still bad.
Didn't happen.
So now we're going to 2022.
Okay,
Now we're
good.
there.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a lot of math.
It is. It's more than I can handle.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to some music.
All right.
This song is called Dirty Heat.
Her shade was cool at 95 degrees in that city full of sinful revelry. Her swagger added to the rising heat, and she sizzled as she slithered down the street. Can you feel it? Can't you feel that dirty heat? You can hear it coming out of every bar on the beat. Ooh, steamy nights and Memphis streets. They watched her as she sidled to her seat, but there was only one man's eye she dared to meet. The usual she cooed to him so sweet, and he licked his lips and poured her whiskey neat. Can you feel it? Can't you feel that dirty heat? You can hear it coming out of every bar on the beat. Ooh, steamy nights on Memphis Street. All those late nights creeping into morning, inhibitions and convictions left behind. She'll rock you to the bone and leave you wanting, and you'll keep chasing through the grit and through the grind. She woke up in the early morning heat, while her latest lover still lay sound asleep. She sighed and made her usual retreat, and he woke in time to hear the front door creak. Can you feel it? Can't you feel that dirty heat? You can hear it coming out of every bar on the beat. Ooh, steamy nights on the Memphis street.
Thank you.
Well, this next song, we got a new album coming out, and a lot of these songs that we played tonight are going to be on that new album. A lot of the songs we played tonight are on our first album. But this one, we decided that the band that played this, that originally wrote this song, was also hurting for money. So we licensed this song, and we're going to put it on our record. And we figured, why not? These guys need the money just as bad as we do. All artists are starving artists. So let's
Some starving more than
some starve more than others, right? Right. So let's put a little mist on the mountain. Walking in the park just the other day, baby. What do you think I saw? Well, crowds of people sitting on their ass with flowers in their hairs. And what do you want to score? You know how it is. Really don't know what time it was. Oh no, I asked if I could stay a while. Woo! I didn't notice, but it had got very dark, and I was really out of my mind, out of my mind, out of my mind. Yeah. Just then a policeman stepped up to me, asked us, said, "Please, hey, what we care? What we care to get in line? Oh, get in line." They asked us to stay for tea and have some fun. Oh, it said that his friends would all drop by. Oh, why don't you take a good look at yourself and describe what you see? Baby, baby, do you like it? There you sit, sitting spell like a book on a shelf, rusting. Yeah. Trying not to fight it. Yeah. You really don't care if they're coming. Oh, know that it's all just a state of mind. Everything's just a state of mind. If you go down in the streets today, baby, you better open your eyes. Why? Why? 'Cause folk down there really don't care, really don't care, don't care, really don't. Oh, it's way the pressure line. I'm deciding what I'm gonna do now. I'm back in my back of that misty mountain. Spirits go. So I asked if I could take off away. Little misty mountain. All right, y'all. So we've got this next one here, and we were talking about collaboration earlier. And I will say, if there is a song that we have in our library that has the most collaboration, it's probably this one.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a chorus written by all of us. It's got me writing a lick. It's got them singing harmonies. It's got Shane singing a verse, and it's got some weirdness in the middle. This song is It's called Stepping Out, and it's about sometimes there's one of these that you get put into, and it's nice to find that little opening and go right here and step outside the box. So that's what this song's all about. That's what this song's called, aptly named Stepping Out. One foot in front of the other, best behave or you're asking for trouble. Single file, step it out on the double.
Left, right, left, right.
Single file and it's hard on the highway. You'll be fine if you listen what I say. It's only right if you do it my way.
Waiting for my
time to shine.
waiting for my chance,
My chance to dance.
waiting for my time.
My turn to earn.
Everybody stop.
Did I mention
I was,
never part of the system?
I'm from,
A different dimension. I'm from a different dimension, baby.
different dimension.
Different dimension. Na 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 na. A different dimension. Different dimension. I'm from a different dimension, baby.
I've been,
Get treated by peers.
I've been,
Pushed over for years.
I've been,
Driven to tears. Waiting for my time.
My time to shine.
waiting for my chance,
My chance to dance.
waiting for my turn.
My turn to We will need you all to stay in line.
To stay in line.
Please stay in
We will need you all
line.
to stay in
Hey, Ron, I don't feel dirty.
Well, there are so many people to thank for our program this evening. First, Three's Company Blues and all the energy they brought to the stage tonight. And then there's our volunteers and staff who make our production happen so beautifully each week. Thank you all for listening to our webcast, watching us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitch, and those listening to us on the network of Red Barn stations and media worldwide. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn's premier radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. It's your chance to hear more great live music from Red Barn Radio and WEKU. Those of you here in the Central Kentucky area, be sure to check out Red Barn TV. It's our weekly program of music, now on ABC 36 WTVQ. Red Barn Radio comes to you from our home, the Arts Place Performance Hall in downtown Lexington, Kentucky. Our website has updates and further information on our guests and our program. We're on the web at redbarnradio.com. And now, once again, let's welcome back the Threes Company Blues to play us one more tune before we say goodnight.
So this last song we wrote together again, and it goes back to the the West Virginia way, the Appalachian way, should I say, more so Appalachia than West Virginia. We like to consider ourselves Appalachian blues. You've got the Delta blues, you've got the Texas blues, you've got the Chicago blues, you've got all kinds of blues. And you've got bluegrass from Appalachia, but you don't hear much about the blues from Appalachia because, my God, we've got them. I know we've got them everywhere. And, well, this song kind of comes out of that. It's a little bluesy, it's a little rocky, rock and roll. and it's called Pawpaw's Prescription. You'll know what it's about. Thank you so much to everyone here at Red Barn Radio in beautiful Lexington, Kentucky. You know what they say, the one thing better than a Lexington is another Lexington. We want to be back, so check us out. This song's called Pawpaw's Prescription. Well, my grandpa taught me well, life is hard, give him hell. Take it to that wishing well, carry that pail, carry that pail. Molly mushroom moonshine still, another pill. Raise the cups and down that swill, bet you'll fall before I will. Come on out, Grandpa. Wise, Grandpa cheats, Grandpa lies. Got 3 different alibis in disguise. Big surprise. Moonshine's taking it, burns like hell. Take it to that wishing well. Got 'em in that county jail to pay his bail. Let's pay that bill. Come on out, Grandpa. We gotcha. taught me well, life was hard, gave me hell. Took it to that fishing well, carry that pail, carry that pail. I'm not taking it burns like hell. We took it to that wishing well. It's got him in that county jail. Let's pay his bail. Come on, pay that bill. Come on out, Grandpa. Yeah. Thank y'all so much. Have a great night and be safe, y'all.
All right. That's all for our show for this week. You can see and hear Red Barn Radio worldwide, though, as we stream live on the web on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern. In North America, archive performances on Spotify and iTunes, and mountains of video on the Red Barn Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to check out our social media for updates to our upcoming schedules and more information on our program. And hey, remember this, every like, comment, share, and subscribe helps bring roots music Southern style to your neck of the woods. And finally this, if any of our featured artists are performing in your area, get out and see them. Live music, it's what it's about. From all of us here at Red Barn Radio to all of our friends worldwide, it is our hope that you have a great holiday season. Keep working together to be safe and healthy. And until next time, good night from Red Barn Radio.